that if we are not speaking or playing a role, let's mute our microphones. Next, when you are called upon to speak or play a role, kindly switch on your video so we can see your face. We would love to have your beautiful face on the screen. Next, disseminating information in the course of the meeting. Kindly watch the comment section always, as we will be posting useful details that will help drive the meeting success. Next, voting procedures. At the completion of each speech or evaluation segment, a voting prompt will be displayed on your screen. Kindly click to vote the person you believe had done justice to the speech or evaluation delivered. We encourage all to participate in the meeting to help us have a great meeting rather. And by this time, at this point rather, I would want us to take the Toastmasters promise. Please, if you are a Toastmaster in the room, kindly signify with a reaction, with an emoji, as we are about to take the Toastmasters promise. Thank you, TM Bebe. I'm sorry, I don't want to murder your name, but thank you. I can see your thumbs up. I will take patience. TM Kudus. Okay. All right. Thank you, TM. I am. Please. Toastmaster of the day, kindly help with sharing the Toastmasters promise on the screen. Thank you very much. So without further ado, let's get to it. Just as said, I will be the only one saying it out while every other person say it where you are without muting your mic. 1, 2, 3, go. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters educational and recognition programs, to act within Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. That was wonderful. Thank you very much. And my final task for today is to bring on stage the person to take the meeting further in person of our president here at Seaside Toastmasters. His name is TM Ebube Modi. He is a business and marketing strategy. He's on the boards of some innovative companies across diverse industries, such as crowdfunding rather, travel and tours, online event management app, programmatic marketing app, conversational message automation app, social media management, customer relationship management, advertising strategies, strategies, and is also the president of Seaside Toastmasters Club 2024. With a virtual round of applause, please let's make welcome President Ebube Modi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jeremiah, our distinguished and delectable Sergeant at Arms. Thank you so much for also calling the meeting to order and introducing the ground rules to us today. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon and welcome. It is my pleasure today to welcome every one of us to the Seaside Toastmasters Club. Like the Sergeant at Arms had rightly mentioned, this is Seaside Toastmasters Club. And what we do here, it's simple. We are here to become better communicators, better public speakers, and better leaders. And we get to have the opportunity to practice in Seaside Toastmasters Club. The mission of Toastmasters is to create a supportive and positive learning experience where members like you and I are able to develop their leadership and communication skills, thereby resulting to becoming better speakers, better public speakers, as well as better leaders. So at Seaside, we hold our meetings every first and second Saturdays at Echo Hotel, and we'll begin our hybrid meeting in August, which is next month. We're going to be having that meeting in Echo Hotel. It's going to be an hybrid meeting. So I believe that if you're on call with us today, we are so eager to get to see you at Echo Hotels so that we can have a handshake with you and as well as welcome you to our club. And our meeting days are first Saturdays and second Saturdays from 1 p.m. through 3 p.m. So the theme of today's meeting is embracing change. And I'd like to ask this question. When you hear this phrase, embracing change, what comes to your mind? So do you think that you have done justice to yourself? Have you embraced change? Or are you part of the majority that resists change? So every change is an opportunity for us to learn. It's also an opportunity for us to evolve. And by embracing change, it means that we need to open our mind so that we can go through the process, experience the benefit that comes with it, go through the process of the challenges as well, and go through the process of getting to have access to the opportunities that comes with change. Change, as I say, is the only constant thing in life. And I like to encourage us, please try and embrace change. Now, we are all gathered here today in a public speaking and leadership club with a need to either become better communicators, better public speakers, or to overcome stage fright, or to even become better leaders. And Toastmasters and Seaside Toastmasters Club have been able to create a curriculum and a friendly and supportive environment. And when you become members, you go through the curriculum, and are you able to embrace that change, to practice, to log in with your curriculum, and to become better public speakers and better communicators? So I'd like to encourage us, please embrace change. There are a lot of things that comes with it. We get to learn, we get to grow, and we get to evolve, most importantly. Once again, I'd like to say welcome. And I would like to encourage us to also look at the comment section. because a lot of networking opportunities can also be formed by virtue of you getting to attend the meeting. So please also refer to the comment section, and please also engage as well in the comment section. So our inspirational quote for today's meeting is from an anonymous quote, and he said, and I quote, "Every great achievement was once impossible until someone embraced change." This means that change is something that is going to trigger growth, and is also something that is going to help us innovate as well as evolve. And in every Toastmasters meeting, we have somebody who is going to anchor each session and going to pilot the affairs. And in a social kind of meeting, it's called an MC. And we also have a similar kind of fit here in Toastmasters, but what we call them is Toastmaster of the Day. And please permit me, as I have to introduce our Toastmaster of the Day to take this meeting forward. But before I do that, I have to read out his profile. Our Toastmaster of the Day is a health underwriter and actuarial analyst with a strong passion for analyzing and interpreting health data to inform decisions and mitigate risks. With expertise in assessing and managing risks for insurance purposes, he stays up to date with the latest advancements in data analytics, data science, and actuarial science to enhance his analytical skills and contribute to accurate pricing and risk management. He is a Triple Crown Toastmaster Award winner, and he is the current Vice President Education of our beloved Seaside Toastmasters Club. So please join me with a virtual round of applause with your react buttons, please, as we welcome the Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Kudos Adebayo, to the virtual lecture. Toastmaster Kudos, over to you.
Thank you very much. I didn't want to unmute at first because I didn't see enough react button. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Job. Thank you very much, Toastmaster John. Those are the people that actually want me to come yesterday. And thank you, Mr. President. So thank you very much. As Mr. President has rightly said, the Toastmaster of the Day, in some events, we are going to have moderators. In some events, we are going to have master of ceremonies. In some events, we have anchors. But here at Toastmaster, we have the Toastmaster of the Day. Today, I'm not going to be on the spotlight. What I'm going to do today is just to introduce people to the spotlight. I'm going to push them to the spotlight, but not me. So my job here is very easy. For the benefit of the guests, I can say that we have a huge a ton of guests. So, but for the benefit of the guests, Toastmaster International is an organization that was created for us to support ourselves in public speaking skills and leadership abilities. And it was founded in 1924. And for 100 years, we have been doing that. A lot of people has joined Toastmasters, and within a very short time, they have seen that progress. Toastmasters International have over 270,000 members in 148 countries. So if you're in a country that there is no Toastmasters there, I would ask you, what are you doing there? And we have over 14,200 clubs. So before we go on, I would like us to do something fun. Anyone who comes here to talk is going to introduce himself with an adjective. And the adjective has to start with your name. And the letter that starts your name. So I'm going to go with quintessential Kudus. Quintessential Kudus. Quintessential because I am quintessential. I am unique. I am the best. Anything I do, anything I lay my hands on turns to gold. But enough of me, because as I said, I'm not supposed to be on the spotlight today. Let us start with Mr. President. Since you've spoken, can you give us yours? Toastmaster Bube.
Exceptional Toastmaster Bube.
Exceptional. We have an exceptional president for an exceptional club. Decide at arms. Can you go to?
You know, my name started with L.
I don't know your name.
So
I don't know your name.
it can be a bit difficult, but thank you for throwing me in the challenge. Then let me say lovely Liu Job. Wow.
Oh, oh, some people are causing onions here. Lovely.
Thank you.
All right, that is very good. Lovely Lee Job, an exceptional Ebube. Thank you very much. For every Toastmasters meeting, we have 3 segments. The first is prepared speeches, the second is table topics, and the third is evaluation segments. The prepared speeches is where we have some Seaside Toastmasters member or other clubs Toastmasters member that has prepared their speeches. They have met their mentors. They went through a lot, sleepless nights to prepare this speech, and they are going to come out here to give us those speeches. The next segment is the table topic segment. The table topic segment is an impromptu speech. You don't know what is coming at you. Then you are expected to talk for 1 to 2 minutes. And the last segment is the evaluation segment. We like to be evaluated at Toastmasters because we want to always get better. And to lead that evaluation segment is who we know as the general evaluator. Our general evaluator today is a public mentor. I like to call him that. He's everybody's mentor. Toastmaster John Onumiya has been a member of Toastmasters since 2012. He's married with 2 children. He is the current president of Luminous Toastmasters Club, the past club goods director for Division F, and a Triple Crown Award winner. He's a network marketer and investor who loves to read, dance. It's just not good enough that we are having a virtual meeting today. I would have said you should dance for us, but it's fine. He loves to draw, play volleyball, and meet people. Please, a Toastmaster John or Onumiya, the virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you so much to the Toastmaster of the day. Correction, please. Jubilant John. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. There are 3 things you can do to expedite your growth. 1, track what you're actually doing. 2, record and improve, find ways to improve them. 3, take action on what you discovered. The first 2, my team and I are going to do that. Everything that happens from the start of this meeting to the very end, we're keeping track of it and giving you feedback on how to improve. The third part, it's up to you to choose to improve. I'm working with an eclectic team here today, meaning people that have experience playing their roles and some playing their roles for the very first time. That's what we do here at Toastmasters. Everyone is here to learn. And the first team member I'm going to introduce is the grammarian. The grammarian for our meeting today is a project manager who focuses on card payment with Guarantee Trust Bank. For fun, she loves sleeping. She loves reading sometimes. And she loves food, making and devouring food. Dear Toastmasters and guests, with a virtual round of applause, welcome to our screens, Toastmaster Mariam Maji, our grammarian for today. Toastmaster Mariam, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster John, for the warm welcome. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mariam. I'll be your grammarian for today, and my responsibility is to share the word of the day. Toastmaster Kudus, could you kindly assist with that, please? Our word of the day is agile, embracing change. Can you see the word of the day? Okay, it's coming up shortly, please. The word of the day is agile, like I stated earlier, and it means to be quick, flexible, and coordinated. Its word forms are agilely, which can be used as an adverb, agility as a noun, agiler as an adjective. For word usages, we have Toastmaster Chiwendu's agility in the table topic session is remarkable. We could also use it as an adjective by saying that her agile responses impressed everyone at the meeting. Another example where we can use agile as an adverb is stating that Toastmaster Kudus coordinated the meeting agilely as Toastmaster of the day. To state specifically what my role is as the grammarian, I'll be listening closely to all of the speech that will be delivered to ensure that this word is used effectively and efficiently and not to abuse it. I understand that a couple of us love to win and would love to be crowned the champion of the grammar award of the day. I'll also be listening closely to all of the speakers to ensure that they are grammatically correct sentences, and I will point that out at the end of the meeting. I'll also ensure that every grammatically incorrect speech is stated out clearly so that we can learn what we have done wrong and to make the correct use of the grammar. I failed to state my own adjective earlier. I am magnificent, Mariam, and I will come back at the end of the meeting to give my evaluation. Over to you.
Thank you so much, the magnificent Mariam. We appreciate your agility. She is playing the role of grammarian here for the first time, and we're not surprised because her favorite quote is, "Greatest risk in life is to never take a risk." She is a risk taker. Now, moving on to my next team member, our counter, another agile gentleman who is also playing this role for the very first time. Our counter for today is a reservoir engineer with an energy company. In his spare time, he loves to play chess, dancing, reading inspirational books, as well as motivating students and young professionals to dream big. Dear Toastmasters and guests, with a virtual round of applause, welcome to our screens, the R counter for today, Toastmaster Ebifaha Bebe Nimibo. Toastmaster Ebifaha, over to you.
Okay, good afternoon. Thank you very much, Toastmaster John. Please just confirm you can hear me very well.
We can hear you loud and clear, and we can see you as well.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Excellent Ebifa Bebenimibo. I'm playing the role for the first time. My role as Akanta is to note and keep track of words and sound used as crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks during the meeting. The use of inappropriate interjections such as hand, well, like, you know, as well as sounds like will be recorded by me during the section. I'll note those crutch or filler words mentioned, and I'll come later at the end of the meeting to give my report. I promise to be agile throughout the meeting to ensure that every detail is taken. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, our excellent Ebifaha. Now, my final team member is our timer for today's meeting. The timer for today's meeting is a sales and marketing professional who also happens to be a sports and fitness enthusiast. In his downtime, he also loves chess, as far as I know, but he loves spending time in nature. Dear Toastmasters and guests, with a virtual round of applause, welcome to our screens, Toastmaster Ugonna Anyanwu. Toastmaster Ugonna, over to you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. In an agile way, I would like to state that I am understanding Ugonna. So I always understand, you know what they say, understanding boyfriend. Well, my role for today is the role of the timer, and my job has already started, which is to ensure that we keep to time in this meeting. Time, like Albert Einstein would say, is an illusion. What that implies is that we might just be here and enjoy ourselves and we forget that we have to go. And that's my role, to ensure that I bring everybody in time so that we can do this quickly and leave. As timer, I'll be, like I said, I will time every aspect of the meeting, but there are specific aspects that require timing as per Toastmasters rules. The first is the prepared speeches, then the evaluation sections, and the table topics. Now for the prepared speeches, if it's an icebreaker, it's for 4 to 6 minutes, but for every other speech standard, it's 5 to 7 minutes. That implies that if you are speaking and you get to the 5 minutes point, I'm going to show you the green card. Now at 5 minutes, I show you the green card. Here, you will see my background changing to green. That means you have just met the minimum requirement for speaking, but you are still on time, you can continue. At 6 minutes, I show you yellow. Yellow implies that you are still on time, but you are almost there. You have to start rounding up. At 7 minutes, I will show you the red background. When you see the red background, it implies that your time is over and you have a grace of just 30 seconds to wrap up whatever you have to say and leave the lectern. Same applies for table topics. For table topics, you are expected to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will show you the green card, same rule, minimum requirements, but you can continue. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I will show you the yellow background. You are almost there, you have to start rounding up. At 2 minutes, I will show you the red background. What that implies is your time is over. Like it is, we are always graceful, so we'll give you a 30 seconds grace to leave the lectern. For the speech evaluators, you are supposed to evaluate your speaker for 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will show you the green background. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I will show you the yellow background. And at 3 minutes, I will show you the red background. Again, that implies that you have just 30 seconds to wrap up whatever you have to say and leave. As this is a virtual meeting, I would like to encourage each and every one of our speakers. My name in the chat room is Timer. Before you speak, it is in your best interest to ensure that you can see me before you proceed. And if you cannot see me, please raise an objection to that so that you can see the timer while speaking. And I will also encourage you, it is also better that you pin the timer to your screen before you start the speech. Thank you, and I hope we have a great meeting today. At the end of the meeting, I will be back here to give my report on how we fared with time. And for some of you who might not know, for the benefit of our guests, if you are a speaker in table topics, evaluation, or prepared speeches, and you don't meet the minimum requirements or you exceed the maximum requirements, you will not be eligible to be voted for when it is time for that. Thank you once again, and I'm gladly handing over this virtual lectern back to our jubilant General Evaluator, Toastmaster John Onomia.
Thank you so much, Understanding Ugonna, for such a detailed presentation of your role. Dear Toastmasters and guests, please do not be deceived by his name, Understanding. Once you see that yellow card, I don't care how agile you may be, prepare to round off your speech. You have seen my team, and at the end of the meeting, when we're done collecting and providing you with feedback that we've written, we'll come before you and actually present the report back to you. Now it's my pleasure to hand back our screens to the Toastmaster of the day, the quintessential Kudus. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, the jubilant general evaluator. What an agile team. Actually, you have met the tag team, you have met the general evaluator. But the grammarian, the magnificent Mariam, I would like to add something to your role. Because with these adjectives, we may start hearing some adjectives that we won't understand in the end. Anyone that gives us any adjective that is not correct, just put it down. And I can see from the agenda that we have a lot of people that their name starts from A. There is no agile anything. No agile anything. Being another adjective. Thank you very much. So now we are going to move. Okay. Now we are going to move to the prepared speeches. Prepared speeches is where is that segment where you have speakers that are prepared. They've worked through their project and they are going to come out here to come and deliver what they have for us. But before we start to introduce them, we are going to start with introducing the evaluator. The first speaker is Toastmaster Deborah Umosu, and our evaluator is Toastmaster Mariam. Okay. She is a supply chain professional currently working at an energy company. Her interests and hobbies are music, traveling, and reading. She joined Seaside to improve her leadership, communication, and public speaking skills. She's currently the Vice President membership at Seaside Toastmasters. Over to you, Toastmaster Mariam.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for that agile introduction. Good afternoon, my fellow Toastmasters and guests, and our dear guests. My name is Marvelous Mariam Adesola Oke, and I have the honor of evaluating Toastmaster Deborah's speech. Our speech title is After the Heat Comes the Rain. She's speaking from the presentation mastery pathway. The duration of her speech is 5 to 7 minutes. And the project level is one project, and this is the second project in that level. The purpose of this project is for her to learn how to review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Our speech for today must be well-written, well-organized, and well-delivered. Our speech may be humorous, informational, or of any style she chooses. The speech content and style should work well together. She has also told me to watch for her comfort level and transitions during her speech. And I will be back later during the meeting when I am called upon to evaluate her speech. Everyone in the meeting room, please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Deborah to the stage. Toastmaster Deborah, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Speech Evaluator. Sorry, let me just introduce you because I know everyone is eager to meet you. But let me read your profile. Toastmaster Deborah is a sales and relationship management professional in the oil and gas sector. Outside work, she enjoys being indoors with family, reading, and dancing. Toastmaster Deborah, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Our Toastmaster of the day, please confirm that you can see me and hear me.
Yes, we can see you and you can hear you.
Okay. Introduction. My name is Doggett Deborah. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests, dear guests. How are we all doing today?
I'm fine. This is Mariam speaking.
I'm good.
Okay, good to know. And how is the weather at your location?
Cool.
Cool.
It's not raining today, so it's good.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Mute. I just want to point out that I'm not seeing the timer screen. Okay. All right. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, I'm happy to be standing before you to make this presentation. Now, I want us to take a moment to imagine taking a walk on a hot, scorching Sunday afternoon. The type of hot that is blazing and you can literally feel it on your skin. Like your skin is almost about to get burnt. I want us to just take a moment to imagine that. So now imagine that a couple of minutes later, we notice the skies are darkening. We see the clouds, and we can sense that rain is coming. What will be your first reaction? Like, thank God, such a relief. And we realize that we didn't even know that we were praying that the rain should come. In many ways, the transitions from struggles to victory in life reflects the journey from scorching heat to the soothing rain. In the dry season, the sun is very relentless. I want us to consider those days when the heat was almost unbearable. Inside, outside, we just couldn't take the heat. For us in our personal lives, this could be periods where it felt like things weren't working out. Our prayers were not being answered. We were receiving multiple love letters. We were waiting for admission. We were waiting for baby. We're just experiencing a lot of hardship and struggle trying to make a living, trying to make ends meet. And at that point, we must have thought, should I just give up on this? Or should I just keep going on? Some may have given up, some may have persisted. It is in these times, though, that we should remember that just as the heat is necessary for evaporation that condenses into rain, so does these struggles and trials oftentimes lead to triumph. Trials and struggles oftentimes lead to triumph. As we stay resilient through difficulties, we begin to notice changes eventually. We become stronger, we become wiser, we become more introspective, and a lot of times we become more humane. And just like clouds begin to form in the sky that was once very clear and unyielding, very sunny. We begin to find hope, we begin to find strength, and life takes on a less negative outlook as we continue to persist through these trials. And though the trials remain, we are less bothered, we are less disappointed by it. And lo, eventually, after the clouds are fully formed, the rain begins to fall. At first, it comes in drops, little drops, and then it becomes a steady downpour of rain. This represents the time where finally our perseverance is paying off. Finally, we've gotten our dream job. Finally, we've landed that our visa is out. Finally, the trials, the challenges are over, and we can relax and we can give thanks to God. We are joyful once again. Life begins to make much more sense. I remember a time when I almost gave up at the brink of success. I didn't know that I was at the end of the tunnel already, and I was about to give up. I had just completed my third year at university, and having been briefed by my senior colleagues that it's difficult to secure a meaningful internship position in any company, I started applying. I decided to apply very early so that before my IT industrial training was to commence, I will be done. I would have secured a job, and what I would just have to do after first semester exam, resume at a company. To my greatest disappointment, 6 months later, I had not secured any internship position. I was honestly just tired, disappointed at that point. And I remember one day I was sitting in my hostel on my bed, and I got a message, a chat from a senior colleague informing me of an internship position in a multinational company. I was like, I beg, all these big companies, they will now say, do they even respond to emails? All the ones I've been applying for, have they responded? And I was just going to ignore the message and go to bed, really. But that iota of hope in me made me jump down from my bed and say, oh, apply. And because I had already done a lot of applications, I pulled out earlier applications, modified the cover letter, modified my CV a bit, and submitted the application. Lo and behold, 2 weeks later, I was invited for an interview. Wow. And 2 weeks after the interview, I received a success email asking me when I could resume. Wow. And I couldn't help but think, what if I did not try that one more time? I would never have known that I would secure an internship position, much more in a multinational company. In closing, I would like to say, whenever faced with disappointments or trials, let us remember that after the heat comes the rain. Let this motivate us to embrace the struggles and keep moving. Don't be the one that gives up at the brink of their success. I'll leave us with these words from one of my favorite speakers, Dr. David Oyedepo, the Chancellor of Covenant University. When your cloud is full, the rain will fall. Don't give up. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
I thought you were not going to hand over to me, but let me just take it. Anyways, thank you very much, Toastmaster Deborah, for telling us that story. I think you just told us why you actually gave yourself dogged Deborah. Thank you so much. Well, the moral of the story for me is, if you are looking for a job, just send your CV to Toastmaster Deborah. Thank you. All right, so we are going to go to the next speaker. I am sure we really enjoyed that. And the next speaker is Toastmaster Abisola Lekon Akobi. Before I bring her on, I'm going to bring on our evaluator. Toastmaster Francis Mukolu is an experienced accountant, a triple crown Toastmasters award winner, an ACB and ALB holder. He loves to wear a smile so the world can smile back at him. That's a lesson. When he is not balancing accounts, he loves to listen to alternative rock music and watch Arsenal Football Club. Please, over to you, Toastmaster Francis Mokolo.
Thank you. Yeah. Baton well received, Mr. TMOD. You have fascinating Francis. Yeah, and it's a pleasure to be in this auspicious meeting. So it's a pleasure to evaluate the ever dynamic and ever agile Toastmaster Abisola Lekon Akombi. So she's doing effective body language, what we will call your body speaks in the old traditional Toastmasters learning part. So she's speaking from presentation mastery. Her project level is 2. Her level number as well is 2, double 2. The speech objectives are as follows. So the member will deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and to refine how he or she uses non-verbal communication when delivering a speech. So the speech may be of any form that she desires, but effective body language is the standpoint. She's an agile Toastmaster, and I'm ready, ever ready to see her show her agility. Back to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much. Fascinating, Francis. Toastmaster Abisola Lekon Akobi. Okay. He's a legal practitioner and presently the chief legal officer and company secretary of a group of companies with interest in the maritime, agricultural, and retail sector of the Nigerian economy. She is a multifaceted serial entrepreneur seeking to express her gifts, skills, and talents by deploying them to build generational wealth through small businesses in the food, beauty, fashion, events, and interior design. Is that food? I mean, I like that. He's very innovative, and that is what you are going to see here today. Please let us see your agility. Over to you, Toastmaster Abisola.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, I will be talking about the law of navigation. I am Agile Abisola. Good afternoon. Have you ever had to plan an event, go on a journey, just generally do something in life? Have you tried something out? Usually, when we want to take steps in life, we have to do a lot of introspection, brainstorming, to be able to see that journey from the beginning to the end before we even take a step. They say the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. Whilst that is true, I also believe that in our minds, we can navigate the journey of 1,000 miles and complete the 1,000 mile through the law of navigation and brainstorming. How does this work? So, if we have an event to plan, for instance, I would give you an example. When I was going to turn 40, I planned my birthday for almost 5 years. I planned my birthday for almost 5 years because turning 40 was my happy place. So every spare time of joy that I had, I would go to my happy place and I would think about the venue, the food, the guest, everything that would happen on the day. And as I thought about all of this, I also articulated it in a book. So by the time I was closing in on 40, I already knew what I wanted to do for my birthday. And it was easy for me to execute because I had planned it out, I had written it down, and I knew what I wanted on the day. Now, the next step in that is to be able to bring what you have brainstormed about, what you have thought about, what you have conceived to reality. Now, let's start with taking a trip abroad, for instance. When I wanted to go have my baby in America, I realized at about 5 months pregnant that my visa was going to expire. And because I was very afraid that, okay, would I get a lot of questions when I go to the embassy pregnant? Part of my law of navigation was to sew a peplum top. And then a peplum top is kind of free at the waist, so nobody would see anything. And I navigated that successfully when I got to the embassy because I wore my peplum top and I did my interview. I got my visa at 5 months pregnant. The only disappointment when I came out of the embassy was that a woman who was coming with her own daughter, who was also pregnant, was saying to her daughter, see, that's one pregnant woman that has kept her own pregnancy concealed, basically because I had a peplum top. But the point here is this: if I did not anticipate the fact that a peplum top could help me conceal the stomach, even though as a Yoruba woman that was coming, she had deep in her eyes and she could see that I was still pregnant. But I achieved the success that I wanted to achieve because I had anticipated. I didn't go there wearing a body hug gown that would have given me away easily. But that notwithstanding, everything went on well. Now let's back to going on the trip. If you want to go on a trip, if your trip is in September, for instance, the law of navigation would help you anticipate that you should start buying your tickets maybe like in January if you're trying to save cost. Because if you buy ticket last minute, you will be paying very dearly for that ticket. Again, you need to check out your itinerary. In checking out your itinerary, how many are you having stopovers? You need to plan the best flight route that would make your journey less stressful for you. If you do not anticipate this, you can get to the airport and realize that you booked a flight that has like a 10-hour stopover. I've experienced the 10-hour stopover at the airport. Believe me, nobody wants to go through that. Now, after you've anticipated your comforts for the trip, it's part of the reasons why you would also say, should I buy a business class ticket? Should I buy an economic ticket? Should I buy a first class ticket? Now, you can always get all of these tickets cheaper if you act faster and if your pocket is deep. Now, another reason why I think the law of navigation helps people prepare is if you take, for instance, some explorers decided to go to the North Pole and they wanted to go to the moon. A team spent time preparing, navigating their journey. Another team did not spend time preparing, navigating their journey. So they prepared for food, They had food stores in different areas as they journeyed. The other team did not have any form of preparation. They checked out the weather condition of the place they were going to. They realized that it would be very cold. So they wore clothes that allowed them to be warm, despite the fact that it was a cold area that they were going to. The other team did not do that research, so they did not get the right kind of kits to help them keep warm. At the end of the day, the team that prepared came back all together, whilst the team that did not prepare all died on the journey. The law of navigation is what helps you to think through the things that you want to do. When you have thought through the things that you want to do, then you follow through on the things that you want to do. So I'm going to give you a code today. TTT, that's for F T. T T T T T T T T T for FT. That means think through, then follow through. Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you very much, fellow Toastmasters. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Abisola. But please don't go yet. Don't go yet. You said it before. There is no agile anything. Give us another adjective. Thank you.
Okay, amazing Abisola.
Amazing Abisola. Nice one.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day.
We really love your speech. But please, how did you plan your birthday for 5 years?
Sorry?
How did
No,
you
it was
plan your
just my
birthday?
happy place. So it was in my head. I was thinking about it. Okay, I'm going to be 40. What would I like to see? You know, when I think about it, I'll get like a clue of what I want to happen on that day. I'll write it down. Do you understand? Because I made it my happy place, I was able to. So if you have a project, if you have something you want to do, just your spare thinking time, give it to it. So you'll be able to fully execute it properly.
Oh, thank you.
Can bear witness. It was a very, very fun party.
Yes, so she planned it for 5 years.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
All right. Can I go now?
Yes, you can go now. You can.
Thank you very much.
Now. With this, I will start planning my 70th birthday from now. So it's so that it can be perfect. Thank you very much. You know, she talked about someone saw her and was able to use her inner eyes. You know, Yoruba women can be agile. I don't think it's just Yoruba women, it's African women. They can be agile. And even if you have a day pregnancy, they will know. Once they look at you, just tell you, come here. Let me see your hand. Let me see your palm. I want to show them your palm. You are pregnant. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Abisola. And now the next speech is the next speaker is Toastmaster Adeomi or Bakoya. But before she comes on, I'm going to introduce our evaluator. I evaluator Toastmaster Asak Odejai is a seasoned graphic designer and brand strategist. He helps people and businesses thrive through compelling visual communication, branding, and marketing strategies. He currently works with a prop tech company as a senior communications and tech associate. He joined and vice president education. And currently, he is the president of Merit Toastmasters Club. So Toastmaster Adomi, you'll be getting a presidential evaluation. Congratulations. His high sense of humor earned him the first place trophy in the Division F, now Division D, 2023 humorous speech contest. And his favorite quote is, "Whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well." Toastmaster Zach, the virtual lecture is yours. Are you here, Toastmaster Zach?
The Toastmaster of the Day. I could hear you very clearly. fellow Toastmasters, and guests on the call, very good afternoon. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to evaluate an ebullient Toastmaster this afternoon, Toastmaster Adewumi Obakoya. She will be speaking from the presentation mastery pathway. In particular, she wants to deliver a level 2 project from a level, a second project from a level 2. And the purpose of this project is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how she uses nonverbal communication when delivering a speech. Fellow Toastmasters, brace yourself, because we're about to learn how to use our body to buttress our points in a speech. And I trust that Toastmaster Adewumi will take it away this evening. Toastmaster Obakoya, break a leg, and it's back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. But please don't go yet. Don't go yet. You are supposed to introduce yourself with an adjective that starts with the same letter that your name starts with. I am quintessential Kudus. Please, it was yours.
Please, can you repeat that with an adjective that starts with?
That starts with this the same letter that your name starts with. You may want to introduce your. You may want to tell us when you come back to give the evaluation. You think about
that's
it.
fine. That's fine. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I will introduce Toastmaster Adewumi. She obtained her first degree from the University of Lagos and holds an LLM in corporate and securities law from the University College London. She's a recipient of the prestigious Jeremy Bentham Award from the University College London. She is the managing director of the law firm Legal Inn. She currently serves as a company secretary on the board of various companies. Please, over to you, Toastmaster Adewumi.
Good afternoon. I'm about to break a leg, as I've been instructed to. I am Admirable Adewumi. Martin Luther King Jr., Winston Churchill. I'm sure most, if not all of us on this call today, have heard these names. But do we know what they have in common? Well, we are about to find out in my agile speech. Last week, I had the opportunity to speak on the topic, the art of communication, building bridges with words. After the meeting, I watched a replay of my speech. And as I watched myself speak, even though I realized that even though the content was great, I had good points, but there was something missing in the delivery. It looked to me like I was reciting information I'd read without passion or engagement. And it was at that point when I was watching myself, that I realized how important vocal variety is. We've been told severally, work on your vocal variety is key, but I didn't get it until when I was watching myself speak. Vocal variety, just like a painter would use different shades of color to bring their art to life. We, as speakers, can use our vocal variety to give life to the words we speak, our spoken words. They're as important as the words we speak. Winston Churchill, the Prime Minister of Britain during the Second World War, gave so many beautiful speeches. He was an eloquent speaker. But one of his speeches that stood out to me is the one titled, "We Will Fight on the Beaches." On June 4, 1960, during the Second World War, he stood before the House of Commons and gave this speech. And one of the lines that stood out to me, and I'll quote, is, "We will fight on the beaches. We will fight in the field. We will fight in the streets. And we will fight on the hill. We shall not surrender." Let me repeat and use his exact words this time around. We shall fight in the beach, on the beaches, and we shall fight on the landing ground. We shall fight in the field, and we shall fight in the streets. We shall fight on the hills. We shall never surrender. August 28, 1963, Dr. Martin Luther King, another great speaker, gave one of the most iconic speeches of all time, titled, "I Have a Dream." Martin Luther King, like Churchill, also made some remarkable lines in his quotes, in his speech, and I'll quote a few. He said, and I quote, "I have a dream that one day this nation would rise up and live up to its creed, that these truths are self-evident, that all men are born equal. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a country where they're judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character." Powerful speeches, right? Yes. I'm sure you now see what these two great speakers have in common. Their mastery of the stage, their use of vocal variety to capture the audience and deliver speeches that outlive them and stand the test of time. Vocal variety is the spice of all speeches. By varying our pitch, we can draw attention to key points. By controlling our pace, we can build suspense, anticipation, and draw attention to significance of certain issues. I know time and time again, we have heard this phrase, this metaphor being told to us as Toastmasters. The stage is your oyster, use it. The stage is your oyster, use it. But do we really understand what this means? Have we ever sat down to think, what does it mean? The stage is your oyster, use it. It's a metaphor, right? But what does it mean? What does it stand for? That phrase means that this stage is full of possibilities and opportunities for you and I to emerge, to discover and make the most of. And as the oyster holds a precious pearl in it, so does this stage offer us immense opportunities for us to discover our talents. So, my fellow Toastmasters, I cannot, within 5 to 7 minutes, tell you how key it is that when giving speeches, we should work on our vocal variety. I will conclude today, because I see the timer is prompting me, by saying and urging everyone that let us seize the stage Let us seize the stage. Let us embrace the opportunities. Have a agile mindset. And let our talents shine so bright as we emerge as eloquent speakers that we are meant to be. The stage can only go as big as we want it to. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much. Although you called the general evaluator, but the general evaluator chose not to answer you. So
I'm so sorry.
So yeah, that was a masterclass from Toastmaster Adewumi, Admirable Adewumi. And you can see how agile she was. She kept going from there on the, and everything was just perfect. Thank you so much. All right, we have had different speeches, and please, there's something we call love notes in Toastmasters. Those who have spoken want to hear what you feel about the speech. Please tell them. You can drop it in the chat box, and you can send it to them privately. Just let them know what you feel about the speech. What do you think they can do better? What do you think they did well? Please, we want to hear. They also want to hear. Please just let's just see it coming. I can see that a lot of people have been saying a lot of things. More people should say. Guests, you can also do that. Thank you very much. And now we are done with the prepared speech segments. As I said in the beginning of this meeting, we have 3 segments, and now we are moving to the tabletop, the table topic segment. Here we are going to have impromptu speeches, and to anchor the segment is the table topic master.
Of the day, please. Are we voting?
Yes. Please, we are going to vote. Timer, can you confirm that everyone speak within the time?
Yes, everyone is eligible to be voted for.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right. Thank you very much. Please just you can vote. The poll has been launched. Let's just take some time to vote. While we vote, earlier I spoke with a guest, Mr. Tosin. Mr. Tosin, do you want to give us your adjective?
Okay, thank you so very much for having me. So I would go with thoughtful toasting.
Thoughtful Tosin. Thoughtful Tosin. You can see that I didn't even think about it. Just went on. Thoughtful, because yeah, it's very agile and very thoughtful. Thank you. Let the votes keep coming in, and as it comes in, let us move to the table topic segments. So to anchor this segment is who we know as the table topics master. And our table topic master today is Toastmaster Benita Oshile. She is known as Best Benita, and she is the founder of BO Investments Limited, a luminary sales professional, keynote speaker, Benitapreneur founder, and trainer at Benita Oshile Realty Network Limited. So if you need a home, if you want to invest in real estate, she is your plug. Please welcome to the virtual lectern, Toastmaster Benita.
Thank you. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
TM, please, thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. I'll be taking you people today. My role is very simple. The Toastmaster we have what is called impromptu speech. Impromptu speech is when you are called upon to speak at a spot. So this session of the meeting will help you, prepare you to be able to speak impromptu at any point in time, throughout your career or in everyday activities. Going out, you can meet a personality, prominent person in the society. How would you be able to speak impromptu? So please, I would like to know our guests. Can you identify yourself by raising of hands to volunteer, or do you want me to pick randomly for you to speak from 1 minute to 2 minutes? Having watched our prepared speeches, I know you have gotten a clue on how speeches are being done in Toastmasters. So I'm waiting for you, our guest, or I can pick volunteer who can speak from 1 minute to 2 minutes. Or can you all hear me? Should I pick?
Yeah, yes, you can pick. It doesn't matter anytime.
All right. Just guest, excellent Isaac. Hello. Excellent Isaac. This today. I know he's a guest. Hello. Okay. It's excellent Isaac. Still in the meeting.
Hello, good day, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, good day, everyone. Can you hear me?
Good day. We can hear you, Isaac.
Okay, my name is Excellent. Sorry for the little delay. I've been having a program, so on, so I'm a kind of like switching the two. It has been a day full of meeting.
Okay. Is it convenient for you to speak now? Can you be able to speak where you
For
are?
now, it will not be convenient for me.
Okay. Thank you for volunteering. Can we have another volunteer?
I'll volunteer. Good afternoon. I don't know. I just joined, so I believe it's time for table topics. I don't know what the topic is, but I'll take the spot.
Okay, please. What is your name?
My name is Toastmaster Olubumi.
Okay, you are a Toastmaster, not a guest.
No, I'm not.
Okay, you're a Toastmaster. All right, Toastmaster Olubumi, right?
Yes, please.
We have question 1 to 4 because of time. Please choose 1 to 4.
I'll say 2.
All right, thank you very much for choosing that. So the question is, what comes to your mind the first time you heard the word Toastmaster? Tell us, what comes to your mind? You have 1 minute to 2 minutes to speak. The floor is yours. Toastmaster Olubumi.
Okay. So good afternoon, Toastmaster and guests. My name is Toastmaster Olubumi, and what comes to mind when I do hear the word Toastmaster is a team of eloquent speakers, confident about their ability to deliver excellently, and they do enjoy what they do. Communication is key to them, and it's important that the message, when it's being relayed, goes in a creative fashion to the audience in such a way that it captivates their attention. I would say it's a team, it's an organization of people that love what they do. It's an organization of people that love to develop themselves. It's an organization of people that love to communicate. And knowing that the world we live in, we have different people from different backgrounds, it's important that communication is key. But knowing how to the delivery is also very important. And I feel like Toastmaster is an organization that can teach you how to put that delivery together. Thank you.
Thank you very much for doing justice to that topic, Toastmaster Olubumi. But in Toastmaster Virtual, we are encouraged, advised to show our face so that at least we can connect with the audience as well. Thank you very much. And we appreciate that. Remember, the first time you heard the word Toastmaster, we are speaking because you're already a Toastmaster now. But the first time you heard the word Toastmaster, is that really what you have in mind? Toastmaster?
Yes, please, because I have not really been very active here. So I can almost ascribe myself to a guest. I've not really participated much. So I'm just saying what I know from what I heard when I joined, way before I joined. Yes, thank you so much, Toastmaster Benita.
Thank you. All right, so do we have another guest who can volunteer? Number 2, we still have 1, 3, 4. Or should I pick a guest? Hello?
Hi, Toastmaster Benita. Please, I send you a chat.
Okay. Okay. All right. We have a guest, Okiki. Guest Okiki in the house. Hello. Guest Okiki. Hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly. Good afternoon, Master Okiki. Can you unmute yourself so that we can hear you? Just Master Okiki, please unmute yourself so that we can hear you. It's like
Hi, Toastmaster Benita. Can we just stop at this the one speaker that are taking because of time? Yeah.
Okay.
The time.
Right. Thank you for giving me your time, General Evaluator. Toastmaster of the day, I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much. So that is all for me today. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Toastmaster Benita. Although you didn't give us your adjective, and Toastmaster Lubumi also. You may want to type it in the chat. Thank you so much. So that is it for the table topics. And should we have a poll? Should we have a poll between Toastmaster Lubumi and Toastmaster Olubumi? We don't know who the winner might be. All right, going forward, now we are done with the table topic session. We are going to move to the evaluation segments. As I said, we like to be evaluated. We have had speakers, we have had several role players, and everyone needs to be evaluated. We want to know how well you have played your role. We want to know what you can do better subsequently. And I'm going to call back to the virtual lectern general evaluator. And over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, our quintessential Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Kudus. Now we're going to be evaluating the prepared speeches. And to evaluate the dogged Toastmaster Deborah, it's my pleasure to welcome to our screens the marvelous Toastmaster Mariam Oke. Please welcome her with a virtual round of applause. Toastmaster Mariam, over to you.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator, for bringing me back to the lectern. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Okay. Can we give an agile round of applause to Toastmaster Deborah for delivering a thought-provoking and motivating speech? Thank you. Firstly, let me commend you, Toastmaster Deborah, on starting your speech by asking people in the audience to imagine a scorching day and the relief that comes with rain. This is very brilliant. Why? Because not only did you keep us engaged, it demonstrated your ability to connect with your audience. Another strong point was your smile. Smiling is very effective. If you remember, one of Toastmasters Francis' favorite thing to do is smile. Why do you think he does this? So that the world can smile back at him. Anytime during your speech and you were smiling, everybody wanted you to sort of win. We wanted to hear what you have to say. We're comfortable because it looks like you were comfortable. So I am going to go to my recommendation now. While your speech was thought-provoking, there are few areas where you can enhance your speech delivery. And the first thing was your energy level and your comfort level. For instance, at the beginning of your speech, it was obvious that you were nervous. But there are several things and several ways you can do to improve this. And one is to, before you begin your speech, take several deep breaths. I'm going to practice before coming on stage. And when you're on stage, pretend as if you're speaking to a friend. Since this is a virtual meeting, this shouldn't be hard to do. Just imagine it's your best friend that is on the screen. So that would make you calm down. Another way to hide your nervousness is to sit down instead of standing. And with time, you become comfortable standing and delivering a speech. Second thing I'm going to talk about now is vocal variety. Why is vocal variety important? It is crucial for effective public speaking because it involves changing in your pitch, tone, and volume, and the rate to create an engaging and dynamic presentation. Please, next time, try and infuse your speech with vocal variety for instance, you can add a conversation between you and a friend. When like for instance, you said you were applying for internship positions in company. You could have engaged us by adding the conversation between you and your friend. So please, you told me to check out your transition and your comfort level. Please, you still need to do that. Don't forget something that you said during your speech, that when your clouds are full, the rain will fall. So that means you should practice that too. Continue to come back to the lantern. Continue. You know that after the heat comes rain. In conclusion, Toastmaster Deborah, your speech titled "After the Heat Comes the Rain" was intriguing, with a personal experience infused in it. Your strengths in infusing a quote in your conclusion and your smile and the use of analogies are very commendable. And I'm sure with constant practice of returning back to the lectern continuously, you will become an even more compelling speaker. I look forward to hearing more from you in the future. Keep up the great work. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, boss. The marvelous Toastmaster Mariam. Please can we give her a virtual round of applause? Thank you for giving us the secret of your agility. Imagine you're speaking to your best friend. Let me try that now. My best friend. Let's move on to the next evaluator for the amazing Toastmaster Bisola. Dear Toastmasters and guests, with a virtual round of applause, welcome to our screens. The fascinating Toastmaster Francis Mukolo. Over to you, Toastmaster Francis.
Thank you profusely, my mentor, Toastmaster John Onumiya, Jubilant John. So it's a pleasure to grace your skin with a face full of smile to evaluate the ever-agile Toastmaster Abisola. Please make use of the screen. I'm a patient Toastmaster. I've spoken with Toastmaster Ugona. My time does not start now. So please use the screen and react and applaud Toastmaster Abisola Lekon Alabi. Yes, congratulations, Toastmaster Abisola. Very well done for that speech. So the bulk, the mainstay of your speech is effective body language. Before we go into effective body language, it is said that story sells. Without stories, no one remembers what we have said. And you infused that into your presentation. Very well done. You started with the law of navigation, how we can navigate the paths of life, navigate different aspects of our life. Very well done. You told us the story of how it took you over 5 years to plan for your 40th birthday. Very remarkable, ironically. You also told us the story of the team of individuals that went to the North Pole and how they planned their course, those that planned and those that did not plan, and how they failed. Your comfort level was excellent. And I could see, I think you've improved in your eye contact. You looked directly into the screen, unlike, I think there was a number of times when you looked above the screen, so you can work on that. Maintain eye contact during the course of your presentation. Areas of improvement. The largest room where I like to sleep is the area of improvement. The speech is effective body language, and to do away with non-intentional movements. At a point, you clutch your nose, it is not intentional. Force yourself, put it in your subconscious mind to do that away. You mentioned 40th birthday. I didn't see sign. 40th birthday. It took you 5 years. Show it. Let your body, let what you vocalize equate with what is actualized, what you dramatize, what you bring out. Let there be synergy. Let there be a nexus, a connection. You mentioned venue, that as you plan for your 40th birthday, venue, and you were on the same finger. Venue would have been it. You move to the next, guest, you move to the next, food, and so on. So I think we were on the same thing as you did the count. So let what you say be in sync. That's the way you will make your speech more effective. You said write it down. Write it down. You also said stop over the effort, and you were all smiles. That you had a long stay at the airport, there should be some show of disappointment in your face. And I think you did like this at one point. I'm not sure it's directly connected with your speech. Thank you most kindly. I think I now know how I can conceal a pregnancy. Maybe I'll talk my future wife, how we can do that sometime in the future. Think through, follow through, immense appreciation. Amazing, dynamic, and agile Toastmaster Abisola, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, the fascinating Toastmaster Francis Mukolo. My best friend, I hope you didn't miss me too much. I am back. And now to evaluate the admirable Toastmaster Adewumi Obakoya, a man agile enough to be president and still be evaluating his speech. If I am permitted to give you this adjective, the resplendent Toastmaster Razak Odejayi. Please, can we give him a virtual round of applause? Over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you very kindly, our General Evaluator. Thank you for that, and thank you for suggesting that wonderful adjective for me, I had in mind a resourceful Razak. But can you imagine a resplendent personality? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, vocal variety is the spice of all speeches. You would agree with me that that speech was spot on, well delivered. I particularly enjoyed the opening. Imagine the energy that Toastmaster Adewumi Obakoya brought into play. She started by giving us some snippets about Winston Churchill, Martin Luther King, great speakers that we are all familiar with. And that gave us some charge. It's intrigued us to be expectant of what was about to happen during that speech. What's more, she went on and said, do we know what they have in common? Starting a speech with such questions, put us on our toe. It helps engagement. Another point I would like to comment on is the detail, the value of that speech. That speech was so detailed because she especially spot out the title of the speeches by those speakers. For Winston Churchill, the title was, "We Would Fight in These Beaches." And she didn't just express the title, she went on and mentioned some of the sentences of that speech. The same thing for Martin Luther King, "I have a dream." And she expressed some of the points that stood out in those speeches. I think those were very commendable. I also like your use of rhetorical question. When you were talking about, wow, they have told us to use the stage very well. You said, what does it mean? That's very good. When you use rhetorical question, you bring your audience back, even when they are distracted. What I think you could do better was the use of pauses, especially when you ask the rhetorical question. How about pausing for a while, as if you're actually expecting your audience to give you some form of response or feedback that will enable you to engage. You can even ask them to put some comments in the comment section, or to, pausing will give you an opportunity to engage your audience better. Then you mentioned, you taught us a lot about vocal variety, and I was actually looking out for you using that in your speech. You have a lot of opportunity to use vocal variety, right? You could increase the volume of your speech sometimes, or increase the pace. You can speak faster in some areas and speak a little slower, or reduce the volume of your speech. But above all, what stood out the most for me was the fact that you delivered on the purpose of that speech, because your body language were very expressive. Imagine the time you tilted your body like this, and the use of your hands were a good example of gesticulation. In summary, I commended you for the opening, which was very engaging, the detail, the value of that speech. I suggested that you could use pauses and vocal variety in your future speeches, and the icing on the cake for me was the fact that you delivered on the purpose of that speech. I know your future speeches will be even more engaging and more valuable. Congratulations to Master Adewumi. And back to you, our general evaluator.
Thank you so much, our resourceful and resplendent Toastmaster Razak Odejayi. We've heard our agile evaluators. Timer, please confirm. Did all our evaluators keep to time?
I can confirm that none of our evaluators kept to time. Thank you.
That means we're not voting for any evaluator today. Moving on to table topic evaluation. It's now my pleasure to call, please forgive me because I didn't actually hear your adjective, the likable Toastmaster Leo Job. over to you, the table topics evaluator. Please welcome him. Round of applause. You're muted, please.
Today, I am agilely learning to speak with confidence and charisma. And I can tell you that I am getting better at it. But it's not always been that way. I can remember not so long ago in 2021, when I joined Toastmasters as a guest. Later on, I became a member and I started getting better, just as I said. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Leo Joe, just as introduced, and it's a honor to be evaluating the table topics session for this meeting. Let's give a round of applause for the table topics master and the table topic speaker for the excellent work done. So I would like to start with evaluating the table topics master. Thank you very much for such a wonderful idea. You came up with a list of questions for the participants to pick from. Thank you so much. And I love the fact that you started with a guest. You wanted to start with a Toastmaster so that all other people can get to learn, especially guests can get to learn from from the Toastmaster on how it's being done. Thank you. And again, I want to commend you for how you were able to tell the table topics participants to come back and tell us, because when she actually talked about her thoughts on Toastmasters when she first heard, it sounded like a cliche because I was a bit confused. When you first heard of something for the first time, do you actually think Toastmaster was going to be a communication space? Because considering my own feeling back then. So thank you for how you came back to after. Please let us know, clarify. Was it that this was what you learned when you first heard it? Thank you. Again, what would I want you to work on is your video background. I can see you're at the office. It's fine, just as I am as well. But you could have done so well by blurring your background. So you would save us of seeing the background that you are in the office. In conclusion, I want to say thank you again for that wonderful list of questions. And to our delectable table topics participants. Wow, I'm rooting for you here. Thank you. I love the fact that you came out to volunteer. It's not easy. I mean, you just said, I would love to volunteer, and came on board. You delivered a fantastic speech. Thank you. I love the fact that you spoke with confidence, even with the fact that we can't see your face. You spoke with confidence. You spoke with agility as well. So I want to say thank you for that. However, for every speech, we can always get better. So that's why I would love to give you some recommendation. One, your introduction. I couldn't get engaged. Immediately, it was as if you wanted to grab the mic from the table topics master. I advise you could have started with an engaging question. And you feel like, wow, when I first, what did I think, what came to my mind when I first heard of Toastmasters? That's like a rhetorical question, just as it was said earlier. You could have done that. And next, the body, there was no hook. The transition, you add a nice content. You add a nice content when it comes to what Toastmasters is. But the hook is not there. The transition, it's not so good. And finally, the concluding part, I couldn't hear. It could have been so beautiful as a Toastmaster to tell our guests on the call right now that this is a call for you to join Toastmasters. But I couldn't get any call to action, and you didn't summarize everything you said. Finally, I love the fact that you ended with appreciation. You say thank you to the Toastmaster, to the table Toastmaster. So that's my report. Over to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, our table topics evaluator. Now I'll be calling on my team to come and give their reports. With a virtual round of applause, please let's welcome back to our screens the magnificent Toastmaster Mariam to give the grammarian report. Over to you, magnificent Toastmaster Mariam.
Good afternoon, Toastmaster John. I am super excited to be here as Magnificent Mariam. Okay, I would like to start with our grammatical errors and things that stood out grammatically during the course of the speech. I'll be starting with Toastmaster Deborah Wosu, who was the first speaker for the prepared speech. I understand you were nervous in the beginning, and you said the type of hot that is blazing and you can almost feel it on your skin. It should be the type of heat that is blazing and you can almost feel it on your skin. One of the statements you made that stood out for me was the transition from struggle to victory is from scorching heat to the rain, and we don't even realize. That stood out particularly. And you said when the rain starts, it starts coming small, small, something like that. I can't really place it. I think it would be better if you had said first it drizzles, not that it comes. Okay, you said it comes in little forms. So if you had said first it drizzles. For the second prepared speech and third prepared speech, you all spoke very well and properly. I did not have any particular grammatical errors or changes. During the evaluation, however, for Toastmaster Razak, you said you have a lot of opportunity, which was wrong. I think the correct thing to have said is you had a lot of opportunity. And then you said, I commended the gym. Okay, so so Toastmaster Lily Job, while giving your evaluation for the table topics, you stated that so that all other people can learn. It will be best if you say so that everyone can learn. I think it's a lot pleasing to the ear that way. Okay, back to the use of the word of the day. We have Toastmaster. I'm trying to recall your name. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce it right. Toastmaster Bebe Nimibu used the word of the day once. The time as well used the word of the day once. Toastmaster of the day, because you had several opportunities to speak, you used the word quite a number of times, although I paid particular attention to when you used it different times, which was twice. Toastmaster Mariam used it twice. Toastmaster Francis used it in different forms 4 times. Toastmaster Abisola used it once. Toastmaster Adewumi used it once. Toastmaster John used it twice, and Toastmaster Lily Job used it twice. I hereby crown the winner of the most used word of the day as Toastmaster Francis. And that will be all from me. Magnificent Mariam, your grammarian of the day. Thank you very much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, magnificent Toastmaster Mariam, for that report. Toastmaster Francis, don't feel so happy. We'll discuss behind the scenes. Moving right along to my next role player, our counter for today. Please welcome, with a virtual round of applause, our excellent Toastmaster Ebifaha. Over to you.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Jubilant John. I believe we have been having a great time. I want to give the Accountant report for this meeting today. I'll start with Toastmaster Quintessential Kudus. Used the word hair sound, the hair sound 10 times. Has the one ha sound and one repetition with the word hand. Also, I'll go to Toastmaster Marvelous Mayhem. Use the hair sound twice. Use one like word and one repetition. Also, Toastmaster Deborah Uwonsu had just 5 repetitions with various words like prayers, march, today. For Toastmaster Fascinating Francis, he had 1 repetition with the word venue. Also used the words you like once. For Toastmaster Amazing Abisola, used the words you know 1 time, and also had the sound to hum sound. Had the hum sound twice. For Toastmaster Resourceful Razak, had only 1 repetition with the word hand. For Toastmaster Admirable Adeumi, she had 4 repetitions with various words like bridges, August, remarkable, varying, and also had the hair sound, used the hair sound once. For Toastmaster Olubumi, had the horse sound twice and 1 repetition. Toastmaster Lee Job had 3 repetitions, which was, how, was, etc. Toastmaster John, Mayam, and Benita, I did not find any filler words with them. I will just say most of us use filler words like the hum, how, you know, to fill pauses as we talk. Instead, try allowing yourself to just be silent for 1 to 2 seconds. Use the time to gather your thoughts and plan out what you're going to say next. Practice this over and over until it becomes second nature. Thank you very much. I will give back the mic to Jubilant John. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our excellent Toastmaster Ibifaha, for that detailed and apt report. Moving on to my final team member, please, with a virtual round of applause, welcome our timer to our screens, the understanding Toastmaster Ugonna Anyanwu. Over to you.
Thank you very much, the jubilant Toastmaster John, our general evaluator. So it's for the timer reports. First, generally, we are doing well with time. The meeting started at exactly 1 p.m. So kudos to the Sergeant at Arms for starting off the meeting in time. For the speech timing, the dogged Toastmaster Deborah, for her prepared speech, she spoke for 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Then the amazing Toastmaster Abisola spoke for 7 minutes and 16 seconds. And the admirable Toastmaster Adewumi spoke for 6 minutes and 43 seconds. The table topics had just 1 speaker, Toastmaster Olubumi, who spoke for 1 minute and 15 seconds. Then for the speech evaluators, the marvelous Toastmaster Miriam spoke for 4 minutes and 2 seconds. Then the fascinating Toastmaster Francis spoke for 3 minutes and 37 seconds. And the resourceful Toastmaster Razak spoke for 3 minutes and 53 seconds. That's it for the speeches, and that's the report for the timer. But let's not forget, as we leave, to remember the words of the biologist Charles Darwin, who said that a man who wastes 1 hour of his time has not understood the value of life. So for us at Toastmasters, time is our life, time is precious, and a big thank you to everyone who kept to time for today's meeting. And it's back to you, the jubilant Toastmaster John Onemia.
Thank you so much, our understanding Toastmaster Ugonna. You have seen my agile team. Now I'll give my report as the general evaluator. I would like to commend us because we had a number of us join early, which is good. We started with introductions, the Toastmaster of the day anchored that, and we got to know ourselves. The meeting started on time. This is ideal. It shows we have integrity and gives us room to work with. We started with the Toastmasters promise, which is great because we need to be reminded about the things we've promised to do and keep to them. We also had a full room. If I'm not mistaken, at one point, we had in the vicinity of 45 people. I don't know what you're all doing, but please keep doing that so we have more people come to our meeting. Some areas I'll recommend for improvement. Before the meeting commenced, the Sergeant at Arms was advised to ask the Toastmaster of the day 5 minutes to the meeting starting if the role players are all available. The Sergeant at Arms proceeded to actually ask here in front of everyone. I'll recommend that maybe you private chat the Toastmaster of the day. There's no need for you to speak before everyone asking repeatedly, are all role players available? The timer too also asked the Toastmaster of the day for timing cards right before the meeting commenced. You can do that with a private chat. Once again, no need to ask before everyone here in the room. When you're giving a speech, if it's virtual, rather than ask a question without giving people any form of direction on how to respond, my recommendation is that you tell them to respond, preferably using the chat. And the reason for that is when people begin to unmute, it can cause a lot of disorder. And unfortunately, not everybody remembers to mute themselves afterwards, excuse me. If you have a great Zoom master, that's fine. But preference, use the chat box. For the table topics master, the venue you chose to deliver that session from was rather noisy, and it made it hard to pay attention to you and possibly, I would guess, hear the questions you were asking. Also, when you're anchoring the table topics portion of the meeting, I recommend you come early enough to private chat people, especially the guests, and ask, are they willing to participate in the table topics portion of the meeting? Because when you were asking for volunteers, that took 5 minutes plus just asking for volunteers. And at that point, we're already behind the time. Please come early and private chat guests before asking for volunteers. And my final recommendations, all role players, please be aware of how much time you have, either looking at the timer or just knowing on the agenda how much time you have. Because today, for instance, none of the evaluators kept to time. I don't think that's good, regardless of how much value your content was. Please try and keep to time. That being said, all the speakers were well prepared. Dogged Deborah, amazing Abisola, admirable Adeomi. We loved your speech. Thank you for rehearsing. Without great speeches, the quality of the meeting cannot be where we want it to be. The table topic speaker volunteered. Anytime I see a volunteer for table topics, I'm always challenged to be better. Thank you for doing that, Toastmaster Ulubumi. Role players were also well prepared. You could not even decipher who was playing it for the first time or who was more experienced. That is the way you need to come for a meeting. Thank you to everyone who used the chat box. It made us feel like we're not isolated. Anytime the chat box is fully engaged and people are speaking, that is the type of virtual room you want to be a part of. And that is what we had today. Finally, the Toastmaster of the day was very agile and engaging. I love your creativity with the game at the beginning. Once you got our attention, you never let us go until the very end. We're still here with you. Well done. For all of us, challenge yourself to keep improving, get feedback, put into practice. You don't have to spend 10 years to give your next speech. You can use 5 years to plan, but please speak sooner than that. That's my job as a general evaluator. Now it's my delight to welcome back to our screens with a virtual round of applause, our quintessential Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Kudus. Over to you.
Thank you very much, the jubilant general evaluator. And that is it. That is what you get from an agile evaluation team. And with this, I can say I am done with my role. Thank you very much, everyone, for giving me the opportunity to be here today as the Toastmaster of the day. And I'm going to leave you with one word from Andy Warhol, an American visual artist. They always say time changes things, but you actually have to change them yourself. So time will not change anything unless you take that effort, unless you are agile enough to want to change those things. So what are the things you want to do? You have to be agile enough to take that step to do it. And many times they tell us, do it afraid. So with this, I'm going to leave this virtual lecture and I'm going to usher in the person who is going to close this meeting, and that is the president. Our Mr. President, Toastmaster Ebube Modi. Thank you very much. Excellent, Ebube.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kudos, Adebayo, for handing over control of the meeting to me. I'd like to say a very big thank you. Please, can we use the react button to give a round of applause to everyone who had participated in the course of the meeting, for everyone who had given their speeches, who had played a role. It took a lot of work. And even coming up with the meeting agenda, the Vice President Education, they did an amazing work. Please, can we just give them a round of applause? Let us try and encourage them for the effort they have put in to put together this meeting. Personally, I'd like to say thank you, and thank you to both members and guests. And it's not easy to sacrifice 2 hours of your time, and we do appreciate it. And at this point, we would be concluding the session of the meeting, and we just have 2 items left, and which is we just make some few remarks, and then we hand over control to the Vice President membership, who is now going to speak to our guests who will love to become a member. There are a lot of informations, and that is the period you get to ask questions about anything you perhaps need some clarity on how we have done the meeting. But first, I'd like to inform us that we'll be having a physical meeting next week at Echo Hotel. And there was an attendance link that was sent in the course of the meeting. Please kindly leave your details with us. We would reach out to you. We'll also send you messages so that we'll tell you the time, we'll tell you the exact hall we'll be using at Echo Hotel, which is going to happen next week, Saturday. And we'd love to see you. We love the energy, we love the support that we were given to. Because imagine just us being on the call alone without you. You can see that the meeting is not going to make any impact. But because of your presence, it added some sauce, and it also put us on our feet to be responsible to either the roles that we are playing and the speeches we're giving. So I'd like to say well done and thank you to both members and guests for participating in this session. So at this point, we are going to celebrate few Toastmasters who have been able to take up the challenge. Some are playing the role for their first time, and then some have done exceptionally well by getting to be crowned the most improved speaker. So in Toastmasters, we try as much as possible to encourage people who are going through their journey to improve in their leadership and communication journey. And as you can see, which you also all participated in voting, and we have a name of people who are the most improved. They did an amazing work with the preparation process and were able to wow us to get our vote. And at that, I'm going to begin by sharing my screen to call on the people who are the most improved that you voted for in the course of our meeting. And we have for the prepared speech segment, we have the most improved speaker. I would also like to say that on the prepared speech segment, it was a very close run. And every of them did amazing well. They were so exceptional and they were agile in their delivery. So we have Toastmaster Adewumi Rafat of Bakoya, who is the most improved speaker for the prepared speech segment. So please, can we give her a round of applause? You know, encouraging people is also part of who we are in Toastmaster. Please kindly use the react button to try to encourage her. And also for the table topic segment, we have our one and only Toastmaster Olubunmi Ojo. Congratulations, madam, and we'll be sending you this certificate after this meeting. And we have exceptional people who took up the challenge. They are playing the roles for the very first time. We have Toastmaster Miriam Maji. We also have Toastmaster Ebifaga. I'd like to say well done. Please don't stop playing roles. We hope that by next week, maybe you will be the Toastmaster of the day. It also contributes in the learning curve. And on a general statement, I'd like to say to our guests, yes, this is who we are as Toastmasters. What you have seen happening here is based on the structured curriculum that Toastmasters has given to us. And that structured curriculum allows us to go through our pathway. When we go through our pathway, we will come up stage and make presentation, right? So when you struggle the first speech, struggle the second one, there is no way you will continue to struggle because you are learning in a friendly and supportive environment. So that is what Toastmaster gives you. And you can only access that pathway, that curriculum, when you become a member. Else, you can always participate in the table topic segment. Table topic segment is always a segment that is reserved for guests so that they can participate and also explore the options that are available to them. And we'll look forward to getting to see us at our next meeting, which is going to be physical at a co-hotel. And also like to encourage you to please drop our details in the link that is going to be shared so we can continue to engage with you. So without further ado, I'd like to encourage every member or guest, every guest who intends to learn more about us for the Vice President membership to address you. And at that, I'd like to bring the meeting to a close. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you to get to join us in our subsequent meetings. Right now, I'm going to be handing over control to our Vice President membership, Toastmaster Miriam. Okay, please take over the lectern. Toastmaster Miriam.
Thank you very much, President. Thank you very much. So good afternoon once again, our dear guests. We are happy to have you in our meeting today. And on behalf of Seaside Toastmaster Club, we are delighted that you joined us today. So I know that a lot of people might have questions on what Toastmaster is and how to join Toastmaster Club. So I'm going to start off by saying Toastmaster International is a non-profit educational club that helps people develop their public speaking and leadership skills through a proven program of self-paced learning and peer evaluation. We have a network of 16,600 clubs in 143 countries in the world. So Toastmaster would offer you a supportive and encouraging environment, especially for individuals who wants to overcome their fear of public speaking and you're interested in gaining confidence and becoming a more effective communicator. So for our meetings, we usually have 2 meetings in every month. So that's the first 2 Saturdays of every month. Our next meeting is going to be coming up, like the president and a couple of my fellow Toastmasters have said earlier. It's coming up first weekend in August. That's 3rd of August in Eco Hotels. We would love to have you there physically to network, to hear people deliver great speeches, and to be in a positive environment. We normally in our meeting we have a meeting format, and that is we have the prepared speech segment, the table topics segment, and the evaluation segment. And I'm sure if you come early enough to the meeting today, you probably saw us do that, like practice that. So I know we have a couple of guests still on the call, and we would really love to meet you. So I'm going to start from, let me see, Hamad Tijani Maji. I'm assuming you're a guest. Please, can you unmute your mic and introduce yourself to the room? We would love to hear from you.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, please go ahead and introduce yourself to the room, please.
Yeah, my name is Ahmed Tijani Maji. I'm Mariam's younger brother. So she actually invited me. So I just came to listen to her speak and learn more about Toastmasters.
So that's really good. That's really good. What do you think about our meeting today? What do you think? What have you learned so far?
Yeah, it was a good one actually. I think the word of the day was agile, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right.
Yeah, so lots of speakers were, what's the word to use? Yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting.
Thank you for that feedback. So would you like to become a member?
Yes, eventually I will.
Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop our email address on the chat box. I'm also going to drop my phone number so you can talk to me directly. And this is not just for you, but for everybody in the room. I'm going to do that shortly. But so introduce yourself. Like, what do you do? What do you do? Where do you work? So that we'll get to meet you.
Okay. Currently, I'm serving in Abuja, NIMET, which is Nigerian Meteorological Agency. I'm a graduate of Ahmadu Bello University. I studied computer science.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So yeah, we're looking forward to have you in Seaside Toastmasters Club.
No problem at all.
Okay, yeah.
You are muted, Toastmaster Mariam.
Oh, apologies. So the next person I'm going to call is Adekunle. Please, can you unmute your mic, and we would love to hear from you. Okay, maybe he is not available to speak. So I'm going to move on to the next person, Alexander Oji.
Hello, good afternoon, Toastmasters.
Good afternoon.
Yes, please. My name is Alexander Oji. I've actually heard about Toastmasters, I think, in 2012. And I was trying to get more information, but I noticed that there were not much information out there. It's a friend and a colleague then attended one of the sessions. And his feedback was so amazing. And I was interested to see, okay, let's get to know more about this club thing, and then, get to meet with people, boost our confidence and the rest. But it was difficult. So after a few attempts, I just gave up, and I was just going through my mail this afternoon, and I, saw the invitation, and I said, okay, this could be it. So I would want to know more about the Toastmasters and its activities. But again, the confusion is these clubs. What's the clubs, and then how does it function? You have about 16,000 clubs. what is it like? Is clubs of different areas, or what's the intended purpose, or you explain to me, please?
Oh, okay. So let me start by saying, for example, let me give you an example. In Lagos now, Seaside Toastmaster Club is not the only club you have in Lagos. So you have several clubs in Lagos. You can decide to join anyone. So if you join any of the club, let's say in Nigeria now, and you find yourself later in United Kingdom, you can also attend the meeting in United Kingdom. So a Toastmaster in Nigeria is a Toastmaster anywhere in the world. You can attend any meetings anywhere in the world without anybody stopping you. You can go there to deliver speeches. You can go there to play roles. So when you total the number of clubs we have in the world, we have 16,600 presently, and I'm sure it's going to increase with time. So every club follows a curriculum, a Toastmaster curriculum. So whether you're joining Unity Toastmaster Club in Abuja or you're joining Surulere's Toastmaster Club in Lagos, you have the same content in terms of pathways, in terms of access to the Toastmaster website and a personal login page. So when you get there, you can pick a pathways, and you can we have about 11 pathways, so you can pick any, and you can start from level 1 to level 5. So if you want to know more about Toastmasters, you can send a direct message to me so I can shoot you an email after the call.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Additional, okay. Since you say you're going to provide all the additional,
You can ask your question.
okay, I don't want to take all that space. Okay, the thing is, you say a Toastmaster in Nigeria is a Toastmaster anywhere in the world. So it simply means that the club has different grades of different interests. You can, belong to the clubs based on interest levels, right? But the whole, because I noticed that you're awarding certificates too after this meeting, so it's going to be Seaside certificate under the Toastmasters. All the certificates recognized under the Toastmasters International.
Okay, let me start with the last question. So you see this certificate that the president displayed on the screen is a way of us in Seaside Toastmaster Club. It's a way for us in Seaside Toastmaster Club to recognize the people who came to the LinkedIn today. It's a way of motivating them. So for instance, let's say you now join Toastmaster eventually, and you choose a particular pathway, let's say presentation mastery pathway. Anytime you finish a level, you're going to get a certificate for completing, or you're going to get a certificate or a letter from Toastmaster Club for completing that level. When you finish a pathway, you also get a recognition. Another way, so there are so many ways we try to motivate people. So each club decide what they want to do, or the ways they want to motivate people. And on the other end, we also have what Toastmaster has as a standard way of motivating people. So another thing is, if you are a Toastmaster, we have international speech contests. This is where all different Toastmaster club will come together to compete against one another in order to, so eventually you have like a grand winner. So you can, I think this year we're going to, so people from Nigeria that qualifies will go to California to take the world stage. I don't know if that explains it, or you still have any other question.
No, it does. Since I'm probably going to be engaging with you, I think I will send the loads of questions to you. Better.
Oh,
so
okay.
Toastmaster, do you mind if I just chime in briefly on that?
No problem.
Okay, thank you. For our guests that need to leave, please, by all means, you can leave, but drop your contact in the chat box. However, if you can still stay, we'll still love to hear from you. Mr. Alexander, let me just chime in briefly regarding your question. Now, all clubs in Toastmasters are recognized under the umbrella of Toastmaster International. What is the difference? The people. To be an effective club, ideally, it's somewhere between 20 to 40 people because we're going to be taking leadership roles, we're going to be giving speeches. If you have too many, some people are definitely not going to do much. Toastmasters is self-paced, but the number alone may not make an effective club, which means when a club gets to a certain point, you may not be able to join that specific club. However, because people are different, they create different cultures. Some people prefer younger age people. Some people prefer older. Some prefer professionals, business owners. People can pick their clubs based on certain specific categories. That is a preference to them. And that's why I usually recommend that before you actually join a club, you visit a few to see which one you feel more comfortable with because of. I'm a member of Seaside because I love the culture at Seaside. I long to be at this meeting. But you may be different, Mr. Alexander. You may not like our culture. Not because there's something wrong, it's just because you're different. And if somebody is single and they're in a club where everybody is married, that may not be their preference. They may want to join a club where they're all single people. I don't know your own marital status. Maybe you're married or single. I don't know, Mr. Alexander. But this may be considered.
Okay, I'm married with kids. But
and then,
sorry, go ahead.
And if your goal is solely business transactions, you may look for a Toastmasters club that has strictly business people, because that's part of the reason you want to join. The difference, the people, the training, uniform, everywhere in the world, because it's online. Everything is virtual. Everybody gets access to that, but the community you belong to will create a different culture. I hope that helps a bit more, even though you can still ask our Vice President membership more questions.
It does, but just one more. I hope you don't see me as Oliver Twister. With what you've explained now, is it possible to also belong to multiple clubs, or it must be only one?
You can belong to 10,000 clubs, 16,000 clubs. Every single club, you can belong to them. It doesn't have to be one. Or you could remain with just one club.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Because the thing is, like I said, when I heard about Toastmasters in 2012, there was no one else again to talk to. And because the colleague, we lost touch, so it was, at the time, I even felt that this probably is a secret code thing, because, I mean, there's no adverts, there's no permanent address, there was no way to locate these guys. And I'm like, okay, what about if we went back to the same place where you have this venue of the meetings? Because you hear the existence of Toastmasters, you hear eloquent speakers, and you want to be able to bolster that confidence and relate more with these individuals of like minds. But then the publicity is not as popular as maybe you guys are making it now, because the fact that I got this mail means that people are reaching out. And I don't think you had this kind of options in the past. That's why a lot of us didn't have that advantage of joining earlier.
Thank you so much for that comment. VPPR, please take note, publicity. Over to you, Vice President membership.
Thank you very much. So what you can also do, Mr. Alex, is to, because I don't have your specific email address, is to send me a direct message now so I can take notes and send you an email after. So the next person I'm going to call would be Elizabeth Olaniyi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sorry, my network kicked me out earlier, so I didn't know the question. Did you ask a question?
Yeah, so introduce yourself to the club.
Okay, I'm Elizabeth Olani, an educator and a product designer. So I am a guest, first time I'm here. And yeah, I'm joining this, or I hope to be a member so that I can I want to be an effective speaker. And from what I've seen today, I'm so excited about the journey already. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Thank you very much. What did you think about our meeting today? What did you learn? Let's get one thing you learned from the meeting today.
Oh, I wrote down quite. So, okay, I learned that I should smile whenever I want to speak. I should give a catchy intro. I should sit instead of standing to be more comfortable. And I should give agile speeches, and that part that says the adjective to describe myself. So I'll say elegant Elizabeth.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned more than one thing you took away from the meeting today. Thank you very much. So I have dropped my phone number in the chat box, so you can take note of the phone number. You can send me a message, you can call me. I'll be available to answer any other questions that you have. Okay, I can see that people have been dropping their emails too, so you can drop a direct message to me with your email and phone number. That would be great. Thank you very much. So the next person I'm going to call is Jude. Mr. Jude, please, can we hear from you? Okay, so because of time, I'm going to move very quickly to legally tossing. Oh, okay, sorry, please. Legally tossing before you go. Mr. Yakini, you said you're going to leave. I think I saw your email. So I'm going to send an email to you after the meeting. Thank you for coming. So over to you, guest, legally.
All right. Thank you so very much. I'll say that I'm glad to be here. I got to know about Toastmasters in 2018 by my late mentor, that's Richie Dyer Johnson. So he invited me around. I attended the Netherlands Business School Toastmasters, which is at Adekunle Fajri. And I got fascinated by everything I saw there, because I'm coming from the space where I feel I'm a public speaker. I've done a whole lot of courses on communication skills and all of that, presentation skills for over a decade. And it is what I do. I practice, but attending that meeting, and I saw a lot of gap, a whole lot of lapses in my communication, and I feel it's something I need to. But after he died, I don't know, got disconnected, But I want to appreciate the person that asked those questions earlier, where I think you've been able to answer some of the prevailing thing in my mind as regard joining and attending different. Because for me, I appreciate the fact that this particular Toastmasters Club could reach out to me via email, and I feel like, okay, I'm going to be a part of this virtually, So, and I joined like 5 minutes before the meeting, and I'm staying to this hour. So it's because I really, really feel comfortable. And then, like I said, some of the questions which has been answered as regard attending different meetings, because I'm looking at the distance. Mainland to island, is not that comfortable. And the fact that the one closest to me, which is that same business, Netherlands Business School, they meet in the morning, which is during the weekdays, and is not really too comfortable for me, because 10 a.m. on a Thursday, when I'm supposed to be working, even though I work remotely, but definitely my paid employer would check my log activity and all that. So I think I love what I have seen today as well. And I don't know if I'm to speak about the things I've learned. So if I'm to talk about the things I've learned, I would say that one key thing, because all of this fillers is something that is really difficult to undo. But I got to know now that I can always their presentation and I'm like, is this okay? Is this good? And then during the review, the person talked about the importance of it, and you can do as much as 1 to 2 seconds, because I feel it's too the pauses are too long, but the take home for me now, which is something I would really, really love to learn more, is how to bring about that so that I can avoid those and the likes. So thank you so very much for having me.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have you. And we are sorry for the loss of your mentor, which cost you maybe to not attend Toastmasters like you would have. So our meetings are hybrid, so you don't necessarily have to come physically. For instance, I'm joining from outside Lagos, and I can tell you that I've only attended Seaside Toastmaster meeting physically once. So I've always attended online, and I've been part of the leadership team, I think, since 2021. So distance is not a barrier. You can join online, you can learn online. The world is now online. You don't really need to so speaking physically and speaking online are two different things, but to start with, you can start by joining online. Then when you have free time, you can always join. So, and if you're a member of Seaside Toastmaster Club, remember I said earlier that you can actually attend meetings in other clubs closer to you on the mainland. It doesn't really have, so you can also give speeches in another club that is not your parent club. So what you would do in that case is you're going to inform the VPE team that you would love to deliver a speech outside what do you call it now, outside your parents club. So I think that is all. That's what I'm going to add that's the comment from me, Tosi. So I'm going to move to Mida Amon. Sorry, I don't want to. So Celine, please, can we hear from you? I don't want to murder your name. Okay, I think Florestina, can we hear from you while we wait for Mida to unmute our mic?
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Florentina Onyeka, and I heard about Toastmaster from my boss, Mrs. Adewumi. She was the one that shared the link with me to join the meeting, and I must say joining the meeting for this first time is a wonderful experience, and I look forward to perhaps being a member of the Toastmaster and learning more about public speech and everything else.
Okay, we are also happy to have you today. So would you tell us one thing you learned from today's meeting?
I learned that there's so much to public speech, and it also requires confidence and being able to articulate your thoughts properly to the public or your audience, and be able to have that skills of making your speech more engaging. So those are the things that I learned today from today's session.
Yeah, welcome. And I would like to say something, and that will be that everybody that you're seeing that is speaking confidently today did not start, like where you're meeting them today is not where they started. So it is something that you do continuously and you continue to improve. So please don't forget to drop your email addresses to me directly in the chat box so that I can take note of that. I think it's only one person that have done that so far. I want to confirm that the Dr. Raf I'm seeing is either a guest. I know we have a Dr. Raf that is a Toastmaster. So I need to confirm if this person is a guest or a Toastmaster.
It's a Toastmaster.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. So I'm going to move on to Anne David.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so my name is Anne David, and now are you going to ask me these questions? I just go ahead and based on what you asked so far.
I'm sorry, we can barely hear you.
Can you hear me? Is it better?
Yes, it's much better. Thank you.
Hello, is it better now?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Hello, is it better now? Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We can hear you now.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, good afternoon. My name is Anne David. So, why am I here? I think about 4 years ago, I'm a HR professional, and then for HR we do a lot of talk, staff engagement, presentations, and all of that. So I just felt, oh, I need to hone my public speaking and presentation skills. So I went online in search of organizations that can, help me achieve this purpose. And then I stumbled upon Toastmasters. That was about 5 years ago because I can remember where I was working then. But then I lived in Ikeja, but I was working around Oshodi Apapa Expressway. The meeting time for the the group I discovered was 6 p.m. or thereabout in the evening. I said, there's no way I can close from work and meet up with this timing. So I think I just suspended it. But then I'm at the point in my career where I've grown, and it's now exigent that I enhance my not just communication or presentation now, public speaking, but communication skills. You are leading teams. You have to speak at board meetings. So I just felt, and it's high time you hone your skills on that. And so the search began again, and all pointers were at Toastmasters. So I think sometime last year I saw on Instagram where there was a beach hangout. I registered, but I paid for the event, but I couldn't show. I just couldn't show up on that day. And so suddenly I saw this email, I think earlier this week or maybe late last week. And so I registered to say, okay, let's see. The time frame is Saturday. Meeting days is Saturday. 1 to 2 is something I can still manage. Though my Saturdays are kind of busy, but it's still better off than having it in the mornings or having it within the week. And so that's how I discovered Toastmasters, and that's why I'm here today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for finding your way to our meeting today. We're glad to have you. And you said so many things that a lot of us can connect with the importance of being able to speak. I think you're in the right place. Let me just put it like that. You're in the right space for all your needs to be met. So please don't forget to drop your email address and your phone number. If you're comfortable doing that, I can send an email to you after the meeting. So you can also, I'm going to end because I think you're the last guest that we still have on this call, that you can connect with us on Twitter,
Instagram, and Facebook. I have dropped that in the chat box. So we have all these active pages where you can connect with us. Yeah, I have seen your email and your phone number.
All right,
Okay.
thank you very much.
Yeah, so at this point, I'm going to hand over the control back to the president.
Thank you so much, Vice President Education, for engaging with our guests and also sharing more light on the Toastmasters value. Thank you so much. So a lot has been said, and at this point, I believe it's only proper to allow us to now go home and digest everything that has been said. But one thing is sure, once we become active, once we take ownership of our learnings, we'll begin to see improvement in growth, and we'll also begin to evolve. I'd like to say thank you to every one of us. And just to add to what the Vice President membership has said, being a member of our club gives you access to speak in anywhere. So if you peradventure find yourself in UK, Canada, what you just need to do, touch base with your Vice President Education. They will contact the club in Canada and tell them that a member is coming to speak. The same thing applies to Nigeria. If you find yourself in anywhere in the country, they could make it easy for you to have that access to speak at any Toastmasters meeting in any location you find yourself. Thank you so much. And at this point, I believe it's proper to draw the curtain. Toastmaster kudos. Is there any other information you'd like to share?
No, there is none. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you so much. And we'll be closing the meeting. So Toastmaster Miriam, I don't know if you're able to get all the information, because if we close the meeting, we may lose.
Yes, I think so, but let me quickly check one more time.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes,
Okay.
I've gotten everything, yeah.
All right, thank you so much, everyone. So we'll be ending the meeting now. And